Are you a beginner artist with half-finished sketchbooks? Do you have hundreds of art tutorials you plan to watch but never get to? Or do you plan to have drawing practices that somehow you never maintain? If this is you, stop, because I want to share with you the tips that finally clicked for me and helped me finally escape being just another beginner artist. Now, here's one of the problems I faced as a beginner artist. I'd open Pinterest and I'd feel lost and left behind. I'd open Instagram and I'd feel like I could never be like my heroes. I felt like I would never escape being an art baby. You see, wanting to be like our heroes sadly creates a need for us to learn to create like them, perfect their style, their technique, their characters, their worlds. But here's how I finally broke free. I stopped trying to be them. Because the world doesn't need another Sanders art. The world needs you to be you. Which finally helped me realize the secret I was actually trying to learn from Sam. Now, one of the worst advice I've ever gotten was just draw. Thinking that practice and patience is all that is needed. Spoiler, it's not. The problem I had with just drawing is the same problem a baby has with just talking. You see, a baby may understand what mommy and daddy mean, but just saying it over and over and over won't make them better communicators. Because here's what I missed when I first started drawing. And that is, I really needed to have a plan, a vision, a practice for improving. Now, I know I said don't try to be like other artists, and I do mean that, but you do need to find a teacher, a guide, an artist who's willing and open to share their techniques with you. Not so that you copy them, but so that you understand the language of art. And for me, Sam Bizarre YouTube channel and Patreon gives me everything I need to understand with how he thinks about environments, how he draws characters, and how he imagines the worlds he creates. And because of this, I was able to unlock the most important thing you need to understand before picking up a pencil. Now, I'm about to say something you don't want to hear. But before I say it, I have to tell you my story. You see, when I first picked up a pencil, my goal was to find as many tutorials and to study them, to teach myself how to become a great artist. So I came up with a plan. I would first study anatomy, then study anime faces, and finally I would learn to study environments. And what eventually happened was nothing. Yes, I practiced. Yes, I filled sketchbooks, but my artwork still looked horrendous. I could not see what I was doing wrong until I found a guide who explained to me the building blocks I was actually missing. Now, once I understood the building blocks, my artwork started to improve massively. Because for the first time, I was seeing the letters, not just the words. I was finally aware of the DNA of drawing, and I was no longer illiterate to how artwork is created. So, what are these building blocks you have to understand? Shapes. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Shapes are boring. They're absolutely a drag. But if you want to learn to talk, you have to understand subject and verbs. And if you want to learn to write, you have to understand the alphabet. Now, learning shapes is important. There's something even more important than that. You see, YouTube is filled with so many incredible tutorials, so many incredible teachers, but watching them ruined my art progress. But before we get into it, let's talk about digital drawing. Now, I own an iPad for a while now, and when I first started drawing, I used paper and pencil. And one of the things I don't like about digital drawing is sometimes it can feel too smooth while I draw. And this is where the sponsor of this video can help fix that. You see, Paperlike 2.1 is a screen protector designed for artists, creators, and illustrators to give a premium paper-like feel. Paperlike 2.1 uses advanced nanodot technology that helps mimic the feedback of pencil on paper, which I love. On top of that, it doesn't sacrifice any screen clarity. And of course, Paperlike meets Apple's design guidelines, making sure you feel confident that nothing is left to chance when it comes to using the Apple Pencil to the fullest potential. So, if you're grabbing yourself an iPad this coming fall, or you need to update your screen protector on your iPad, be sure to grab a Paperlike 2.1 screen protector. And thank you, Paperlike, for sponsoring this video. So what is the problem I have with YouTube tutorials when there's so much great advice, so many great teachers who can teach you all you need to know? And this is what hindered my growth. You see, with all these great teachers comes an infinite amount of teaching styles. So many different methods, so many different techniques. And the reality for a beginner artist is you don't need to know them all. And what helped me finally break free from being stuck as an art baby was to find one teacher, one technique, one style, and learn that blueprint until I could finally break free of being a beginner artist. And so, if you want to understand my technique, my style for learning and understanding anatomy of the human form, check out this next video.